Hello there. Welcome back to grade 11 business studies. In this video, we want to look at the question paper of November 2023. So we're going to look at question two of that question paper on business environments. So this is a question that we have. So on the first part of the question, that is 2.1, it reads, name any three components of the microenvironment. And we know the micro environment includes the factors or elements in the companies or firms' immediate environment. So you'll see that the immediate environment is the environment which affect the performance of the company and also the decision-making process. So the components that are there um, in that environment, we have them are listed here. We have got the vision, mission, statement, goals, and objectives also forms part of the microenvironment. We've got the organizational structure, forms part of the microenvironment. We've got the organizational resources. And we have organizational culture and management and leadership, and also we've got the eight business functions, also forms part of the microenvironment. So these are the components that we have in terms of the microenvironment. So going to the next question, which 2.2, these are briefly outline the functions of trade union. But we know the trade union is also called the labor union, and it is an organization made up of members, and this membership are workers. So the membership that we have in the trade unions consists of workers. So that's exactly what we are. So the trade union is just an organization that is going to act on behalf of those workers. So of course, the question has got 6 marks. Obviously, requires us to raise on average at least 3 points. So going to our other section to see what are the functions of trade union. But obviously, trade unions are there to protect their members in terms of the working conditions, the salaries and wages that are being paid, and also other factors. So we go there and try to see what we have in terms of their roles. First one is saying protecting their members against unfair labor practice in the workplace. Second one, empowering employees by educating them regarding their rights in the workplace and how to apply these rights. And then representing employees in meetings with their employers when they face workplace grievances and disputes. And we go to the next one, negotiating with the management for better working conditions, salary or wages, and other benefits to improve the standard of living for workers. And we go to the next one, protecting employees from unfair dismissal and labor practices, which is very important also. And also B, the function. And then we've got protecting the interests of workers. Then the next one, representing the interests of general society and the minority groups through media and negotiations. And we try to check in terms of the next that we are given, which is influencing government decisions. It can also act in that way, provide facilities to its members, supporting and promoting gender equality in the workplace, protecting members in terms of treatments and disciplinary hearings. Basically, this is a rundown in terms of the points that are supporting the functions of the trade unions. But of course, our question has got 6 marks, and it requires you to raise on average, we're saying at least 3 points. So we have, we go to the next question and say, read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. We are given an extract of Auna Traders, which is UT. We go and see what we have in terms of the extract. It reads that the management of Auna Traders is desperately trying to control its environment and the behavior of other businesses by forming power relationships. They gained valuable advice from powerful, influential people after inviting them to be part of their board of directors. So this is exactly the extract that I given. So according to the extract, the question that we have is identify the way UT had formed a power relationship in the scenario. But of course, we have got a term that we have there, which is saying power relationship. So is that power relationship is the relationship in which one person is social formative power over over the other. So if we have got one individual having formative power over the other, we call there is a power relationship, and I would see that that person will be able to get the other person to do what they wish. So exactly as we are explaining. So the question is now saying identify the way UT had formed a power relationship. So we try to identify where we have the formative of the power relationship that is there in the extract. So we try to go through and see where exactly do we have such. So going on to our extract, you'll see that we've got a last sentence that is saying they gained valuable advice from powerful, influential people. So that's where the power relationship is coming from. So that's where we have the formation of the power relationship. So we have powerful, influential people. So you go to other section, you see that we have a persuasion of powerful, influential people as our response. So we go to the next part of the question, which is 2.3.2. Describe one other way in which businesses can form a power relationship. So we've got other ways that we also can engage in the formation of a power relationship. So we go there and try to see what the response. We also have a company representatives influence. So on top of that, we've got some points that we have, which is that businesses are from partnership agreements, form partnership agreements in order to benefit from each other's involvement. These alliances are designed to build on the expertise of each partner, on the way in which they complement each other. So going back to our question now, you'd see that our question is saying, describe one other way in which a business can form a powerful relationship. So obviously, we have the one that is listed there, which is a company representatives influence. So company representative influence. Obviously, this is a representation that is working on behalf of the company, and this is another way that we can form this is another way that we can form a power relationship. So we go there and try to see the company representative influence, and the explanation that we have on the company's representative influence. That first point is saying this representative fulfills an important function in trying to persuade investors to invest in a particular business practice. So this is the first point that we have. And obviously, we are seeing that the company's representative has got the power to influence powerful investors, which is very important on that aspect. And then we go to the next point, saying people who make decisions are based on the company's image, personality, communication style, and power of persuasion. So people make decisions based on the company's image and personality. So the representative should have a good personality and image that is going to work in the positive direction of our business. So this is what we want. Second point. Then we go to the next point. We say businesses must invest time and energy to recruit the right person for this job. So this is another explanation in terms of a company representative influence. So we've got another. We can have also another. We've got other that we can also include on the question of 2.3.2 as our other ways in which our business can form a power relationship. But basically, our question is looking for 1 point. So our question is got 3 marks. So we move on to the next part of the question. Well, next question reads, question 2.4 now reads, explain the negative impact of strikes as a socio-economic issue on businesses. Our question is got 6 marks. So we are going to go through our question. You see that 6 marks, obviously, at least 3 points should be raised on this question. And the question is saying explain, which means I point with a brief explanation also, so that you get your maximum points. So on 2.4, remember the strikes, trying to understand the word strikes, we know that strikes is a refusal to work organized by a board of employees as a form of protest. So when there's a refusal of work taking place, or in other words, we're saying rejecting to work, and obviously it's an organized activity, and it's organized activity in the form of protesting. So this is what we. So generally, we can just say it's an organized refusal to do something expected. So when you refuse to do something that is expected, and that is taken as a strike. So what are the negative impacts that we can deduce from strikes? Obviously, it's going to affect the flow of activities in that company organization. We're going to have low production, many negative results that we are going to notice. Even the profits are going to be contracted, reduction of profits, because at the time that people are striking, the workers are striking, it was a time of production. So obviously, it's going to be a negative impact on the operations of the business, or the performance of the business. So I'm going to look at the negative impacts. We have them listed where we have listed on the answer section. So we to the answer section, try to see in terms of what we have. So on the first point as a negative impact, it said it may lead to an unhealthy relationship between the employer and management and employees. Remember, there will be friction that is created with the employee. Remember, the employees are refusing to work, so obviously friction will be there between the employer and the employees. That's what we have. Then the second point is saying it can also affect teamwork in the workplace in instances where not all workers are in support of such an industrial action. Obviously, there might be division amongst the workers, that some are saying let's strike, and others are not in the same direction with other workers. Then there will emanate disagreements that obviously are going to affect even the flow of work thereafter the strike. So next point is saying businesses suffer financial losses, which is very correct. Remember, we are saying we are going to have some delays in the production process due to these strikes. Disturbances due to strike, obviously, it will lead to financial losses. Then we go to the next one, strikes. Strike actions may lead to production losses and decline in sales or economic growth. So, in the form of economic growth, we are saying economic growth is measured by the total amount of value of goods and services that are being produced in the country over periods. So, if the total amount of value increase, we say that the increase, we say that there's economic growth. So, obviously, if there are these strikes, they are going to delay or reduce the production of goods and services, and it's going to negatively affect the economic growth in the country. So this is what we then next we've got the businesses may be forced to close down operations after strikes, obviously. And the next one may force businesses to replace some of the skilled workers to recover from losses. Remember, they've made losses due to the strikes, so they might be not in a position of being able to pay some of the workers because they've made losses. So they're going to retrench. Retrenching, they are stopping some of the workers to come to work due to maybe a low revenue, which is going to lead to low income, and they are now in cash flow problems. So they are not able to pay salaries and wages. So next, looting, destruction of business property or infrastructure, intimidation of non-striking workers. So obviously, these striking workers will never know what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to loot. Looting is going to take place, which is a very negative impact again on the business position. Then we go to the next one. Businesses may lose market shares or customers to competitors during the period of strike, and then the image or reputation of the businesses might be damaged. That is scares off potential investors. Obviously, investors are going to be scared off. They might not be in a position to invest in those typical companies. Then our next one, the supplies of goods and services are interrupted. And then prices sometimes increase to offset the cost incurred by the strike. So this is the rundown in terms of the negative points that we have that might emanate from strikes. So strikes, at the end of the day, they cause a negative impact in the operations of businesses. So this is what we have, guys, according to this video. Hopefully the video was helpful. Let's stay tuned for more videos to come. More technical examination questions are going to be uploaded on this channel. Please, let's subscribe and share. Let's share the link to our colleagues who are doing grade 11 business studies. As for this video, I'm signing out. Let's meet again in the next video.